Good afternoon, everybody. This is Vonda Evans, and welcome to the show. I want to first say happy Passover to all of our Jewish American listeners who are listening. Happy Passover and happy Easter to all the Christian ones. And I believe we're still in Ramadan for my Muslim listeners, and happy Ramadan as well. Okay, so listen, I'm excited to be back. I got an exciting show for you today. And I want to talk a little bit today, though, about the law, something that, I do know something about. Listen, I have gotten so many calls about this that I have to address it. Many times when you purchase a vehicle, a lot of our younger people, or even my age too, going through their midlife crisis, but many times they'll buy cars like Chargers, Camaros, even Mustangs. Let me tell you something. So I'm going to school y'all right quick. When you purchase those cars, people steal them a lot. Okay. So the insurance company, they'll insure them, but they don't want to pay. But what do you mean? Isn't the insurance company my friend? No, they're not. And that's why I need for you all to listen. So if you know somebody that has one of those hot cars, you need to listen. The insurance company is very quick to insure you. Oh, sure. We're on your side. We want to make sure you got all the information necessary. You pay your premiums, on time. Car gets stolen. Immediately, you contact the insurance company. And what do you think that they're going to do? Well, what they do is with those type of cars, they begin to immediately question you. Well, why? I didn't do anything wrong. Because they don't want to pay. They do not want to pay the replacement cost. So many times what they'll do is they'll turn on you. What do you mean? They begin to ask questions like this. Well, have you been on time with all your payments? So automatically, what do you think? You think that they're talking about your car payments. They're talking about your credit. And so what they want to see is whether or not you will make what's called a material misstatement of the law. Well, what is that? Well, it's something that they consider to be probing, and that if you fail to answer it correctly, they can deny coverage. So what they want to do is find out, number one, when I said that, what if you were late on your Saks payment or your Neiman Marcus payment? What did you say? Have you been behind on your payments? You said no. Oh, here we go, a lie. Well, I'm automatically assuming you're talking about my car. I'm not thinking that you're talking about my credit report. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. If you have one of those cars and you have an issue with it stolen, call me immediately. Why? Because what they want you to do is make a misstatement of law, of fact, a misstatement of fact. Here we go. Well, on the evening in question, were you at home? Yeah. They get this information. Okay, what about the mileage? Do you know if you were over on your mileage? They begin to ask questions. Now, automatically, as a insured person, you want to answer all the questions. You don't got nothing to hide. I've seen more people get denied coverage and or go to prison for cooperating with people when they should say, on the advice of my lawyer, I can't say anything. But I don't have nothing to hide. On the advice of my lawyer, I don't have anything to say. When I pose a question, have you ever been behind on your payments? You automatically think I'm talking about the car payment. I'm talking about any credit report. They ask what's called open-ended questions. And so to you, you think that it's just in relationship to the car. It's not. So what they do is when you sign an agreement to have your car insured, you also there's a provision that says that you will consent if there's an investigation to what's called an examination under oath. What's that? An examination under oath is where the insurance company will request that you come in under oath with a stenographer, and they'll ask you a series of questions. If you're ever asked to do an examination under oath, call me, call a lawyer immediately. Why? Because what they want you to do, if you're under oath and you say something, okay, and they later find out that it's not accurate, they then can recommend that you be charged for insurance fraud. So wait a minute, hold on for a minute. I buy a fancy car. I'm working 2 jobs to pay for it. I want to cooperate with my insurance company because I feel like they're my friends. And you're saying to me that they're not and they'll turn on you? Absolutely. They do not want to pay out on those cars. What kind of cars are we talking about? Mustangs, Chargers, high-end performance vehicles. They don't want to pay out on those vehicles. And so what you may feel is, well, I don't have anything to hide, so I'm going to go. I would say maybe 89% of the time that I have seen people do this examination under oath who fail to go with lawyers, they deny a claim, as well as they then can refer you many times to be investigated. Call a lawyer. It's worth it because they're trying to catch you up in a lie. Now, what happens at an examination under oath? Well, here's the situation. With an examination under oath, you need to have discussed issues with a lawyer that's a good insurance lawyer. So my firm has excellent insurance lawyers. And so what they'll do is they'll say, okay, Miss Evans, what's the situation? Well, my car is insured with ABC insurance company. Okay. And it was stolen on February 1st. What'd you do? I immediately called the insurance company and let them know. I went outside and there was glass outside and my car was gone. Well, then they began to ask me a series of questions. I don't know what it had to do about my credit, about my mileage, about where I live, different things. And I really felt uncomfortable, but I answered them because I didn't want to lie. You shouldn't have done that. The minute they begin to ask questions like that, say on the advice of a lawyer, at this time, I do not want to make a statement. So what do? You call. Hello. I'd like to report. You identify yourself. This is Vonda Evans. I would like to report my car stolen. It was at this location at this time, and I'm making a police report. Anything else at this point I don't feel comfortable with. I want to get a lawyer. Why? I guarantee 9 times out of 10, you're going to have a problem, especially with high performance vehicles. They're not going to pay the claim. Now, what happens? So the lawyer preps you and asks you different questions and they'll go over information. What normally is asked at an examination under oath for you to provide? Your tax statements, accounts of verifications and savings, documentation for a loan, statements by your credit card company, records for your mobile phone, corporate profits and expenses, and even mortgages and deeds. Why do they want to know my phone? Because they want to see your sale records. Your sale records tell what tower you were at the time. So if you say that my car, I went to bed about 9 o'clock and that evening, and I live in Southfield. And when I woke up that morning, my car was gone. Well, they're going to make sure that you were where you are. What about they ask you this? Well, early in the day, where were you? Well, I went to, I was at my mom's. Where's your mom live? I'm in Detroit. If you, it shows that you were in Lansing, they can deny it. Why? Because they can say that you lied under oath. Be very careful when they have what's called an examination under oath. You want to, like I said, with high performance cars, they don't want to pay out. The insurance company's job is to make money. It's not to pay out claims. And so therefore, there is a lot of red tape. I'm going to also share something with you. So say, for instance, you have your car registered at your mother's address. That's where all my mail go. You know what I'm saying? My mom been living in Bloomfield Hills forever, but I live in Detroit, and I know I'm gonna get a cheaper rate. So I contact the insurance company. I show them my license. I say, okay, and I get it insured in Bloomfield. So I've been paying my insurance for a whole year. When the car is stolen, this is a hypothetical, I call and they say, okay, your car was stolen. What happened? To get everything. Okay. They say, you live in Bloomfield, right? Yeah, I do. I mean, what's your address? 625 Crescent Lane. Okay. When they see your phone records, they're going to see, why is it that every night and every morning there's a tower that's in Detroit? And when we looked at your cell phone records, out of 120 days, 119 you there. Then they can ask you, are you sure you live there? Now, obviously, if it comes up that you don't, that is a reason to deny your claim. Why? It's where the car is housed. Now, here's one for you all who have children that are going away at school. The law says, and we're talking about in Michigan, and I would say that it's probably very prevalent in other states, but the insurance company looks to where the car is housed. What does that mean? Where it's going to be. Had a caller to the firm. Lady had a daughter at Michigan State University. Mom informed agent, yeah, I'm so excited. My daughter's going to school. She got accepted in Michigan State. Oh, that's wonderful. Where's she going into biology? That is so great. Wonderful. Yeah, I'm so happy. First generation. I'm so excited for her. Okay, and they say, and take all the information, blah, 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 and you live in Southfield, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, we just sent the policy to you. We'll be back. I'm going to tell you what happened. We'll be back.